Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. I'm ever so sorry that I didn't come with this video in August. I have not been well, my darlings, and exhausted, and lots and lots of readings again for the website, plus trying to get everything up. But you've got a double whammy because you'll have this along with your Capricorn reading, together with your Capricorn reading for September 2016, so you'll be able to view both at the same time, which is lovely. Yeah, so let's get on with your reading then for the next 5 months. Well, it's not next 5 months, I've done it for the next 4 months between now, it's beginning of September today, and December 2016. And it's a really interesting month. Let me just quickly show you how the Lifespread works, guys. Basically, you have 5 areas. Now, these 5 areas, I'm sorry if everything is kind of... Oh, I hope you can't see me because I'm kind of dressed rather scantily to do the videos. You don't really need to, obviously. When you're not on screen, you can look however you want to look, can't you? So, yeah. I hope you can't see what I'm wearing because it's atrocious. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the reading you're here for, right? Right. 5 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got your personal situation. This might be what you're experiencing right now. We've got your home life, career, love, and future. And this card here is your advice card from the angels, from the universe for the next 4 months. Okay? Now, each card, as you can see, is made up of a group of 4. The top card is called the key card. Now, what the key card does, it shows you an influence that you might be feeling now, or you're going to be feeling in the future, okay? This is what frames the whole of the reading. The bottom cards show what influences or what you'll be experiencing connected to this influence that comes in. Alright, so your Hermit, we've got a past, present, future. This is how we do the life spread. Pertaining to this influence that you experience either now or in the future, Capricorn, it could be, if you're experiencing this now, this could be a past card, this could be a present card, this could be a future. Your life spread can never go backwards, it must always go upwards. So it must always have either a past, present, future, or present, present, future, or a future, future, future. You can never have past, present, past. Always past, present, future, present, present, future, or future, future, future. Okay? To our right, this is what's called the anchor cards. Okay, now the anchor cards depict how everything in this life spread reading will develop going forward, and they're made up of all major cards. Okay, so we start off here with the Chariot. This is your foundation basis. We're going to be starting off with this card anyway. Now this should show how you're feeling right now, or what some of you guys might be experiencing right now in terms of the foundation base of your life right now. But also this acts as the anchor card, the overall outcome card for your present situation. We also have this card here, the Hierophant, the High Priest. I'm using the Witch's Tarot, by the way, as your anchor cards. So the High Priest would be linked to, this is the work section, this section here. This shows the overall outcome for this section here, or where everything is heading. Temperance represents the overall outcome for your love section. The Sun, which is the central theme stroke home cards, represents the overall outcome for your home life. The Lovers, which is the future, represents the overall outcome for your future section. Now the World, these 2 cards, as well, really, number 6 overall anchor card is your wishes section. So this is what some of you guys might be wishing for to be the overall outcome in all of sections, or some of the sections of your life spread. And the overall outcome card, card number 7, and this ties everything together where everything is heading for you in the life spread, okay? And finally, the advice card, as I've mentioned, is the advice. So let's get on with your reading then. So we've got here the foundation basis, Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, the Chariot. Okay, so the Chariot is basically your foundation basis. Now the Chariot is number 7 within the major arcana. And with a lot of number 7 cards, majorly things like the Chariot, 7 of Cups, 7 of Wands, and yeah, I mean 7 of Swords to a certain extent, I guess. But you know, the Chariot rules all the number 7s, and usually the Chariot is to do with conflicts, And the number sevens in general are to do with conflicts, decisions to be made, intelligent, analytical thought processes, trying to overcome obstacles more than anything. So I suppose really with the number sevens, they're all to do with, even though we know that they're very much to do with conflicts, and in a certain way, I suppose, chaos as well. Because if you look at something like the Seven of Cups, that's often a very chaotic card. Somebody's got a choice to make. They've got lots of things that they're looking at. Sometimes the picture can become very, very blurred with that card, especially if you've got a lot of things on your mind at a particular time. It's often to do with things being up in the air, that type of thing. With the Chariot, it's the same kind of thing. This charioteer here is trying to draw these two horses. One is black, one is white, and they're both galloping at a very, very high speed. But they're galloping in two different directions. That's the problem with the Chariot. Okay, that this charioteer is trying to keep things in order. And really what this indicates, because remember the tarot is really just a reflection of our everyday lives. When you've got some, I mean, there are some majors that are, I feel, have a bigger effect. Or you can literally see the effects, like externally. Cards for me like the Chariot, unless it's a car, which a Chariot can often come up for in a reading as being somebody's car, if they've got car issues or there's something, they want to buy a car, and you see this card can come up to represent a car, okay? But if it's not a car, then this is a very strong feeling, something that you probably wouldn't notice is going on inside of you, but it's a very strong energy card for me in terms of being a major, because what it says is, for some of you guys, you might be having to kind of try and direct your feelings or direct yourself in a very sort of tunnel visioned way, because really the Chariot is all about being tunnel visioned. If you want to get anywhere, if you want to be successful, if you want to move forward in life, you've got to just look ahead, because these two horses are threatening to tear this charioteer apart, and he's using some form of, what do they call it, that thing that they used to hit horses, not hit horses, but to try and get a horse's attention or get a horse to do exactly what they tell them to do. You know, you get people that ride horses today, don't you? And they, I don't know what they use. Is it a whip? Something like that that they use to put to bring a horse into alignment. And really the key card, the key word for the Chariot is alignment. That's really what the key word is with the Chariot, because this charioteer is using a whip. Let me just have a look at him. Can you see? I don't know whether you can see, he's got his hand up, this hand here. If you can see that, lighting's not great in here. But he has a whip and he's about to smack him. I hate to say smack horses, but you know, he's about to whip him into shape, whip him into line. So I feel for some of you guys, you are trying to, I feel that you are trying to get your lives into shape at the moment, but this takes fortitude and it takes strength, which we can look at again being a part of this card really, because the Chariot is about having the inner confidence to know exactly what we want. The two horses really indicate what we don't want or what we don't know, really. This is what the two horses indicate. They indicate that we don't really know what we want, because the horses really are our psyche. They're the way that we think, they're the way that we feel. So when you have the horses, really what the horses are saying is, my mind is going in two directions and I don't really know exactly which direction I'm going. So I'm just trying to whip everything into shape so I've got some form of clear vision that I can move ahead with. That's what your Chariot is. It's where you have all your problems, all your issues, and you're trying to kind of get everything into alignment so you can just move on to the one straight path, because the horses are really your mind. This is what they indicate. They're your mind, they're your intuition, they're your feelings that you're trying to kind of bring together so you can move in one straight path. So I feel that there is a sense right now of needing to align yourself with the universe, with exactly what it is that you want, with exactly where you're going in life right now. And it might be difficult because you're going to need to be strong around this Capricorn, and you're going to need to muster up all of your inner strength and your resources to move forward over the next 4 months. You might have distractions, because the horses can also represent external distractions that people have. If you get this for a geezer, for a man, sometimes this can be a man that's got too much drama going on in his life with the Chariot. Sometimes the Chariot can be a man who's got women under control. Two horses can be the woman, and this is the man who's got women bound to him, women that he's controlling. So sometimes this can mean somebody who has too much baggage. And I feel that if you've got baggage in your life right now, man or woman, Capricorn, then this is trying to kind of have a massive clear out and tidy stuff up. So it might be that your brain is cluttered, your life is cluttered, and you're needing to just kind of bring everything into one area. Okay, so I feel that there is a sense of needing to clear out and cleanse a certain area of your life, Capricorn, right now. I feel that for some of you guys, this is the energy. I don't feel that progress is being made as such. I feel that you're wanting to make progress, but I don't feel that for some of you guys, you might be where you want to be exactly in your personal situation. I feel there is the need to make progress, there is the need to move ahead, but I also feel in the main, just looking at this card, there is a sense of clutter with some of you guys, and you might need to declutter certain things in order to, you can't just jump from A to Z, you've got to go through all the relevant stages. So I feel that there is a sense of needing to go through relevant stages in order to move forward, especially in your personal life. And we see this with your general energy, or the key card for your personal situation being the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is a card about everything being up in the air. Yes, it can mean that there are lots of messages being received. When you get the Eight of Wands, usually this, I mean, I think we're in Mercury retrograde at the moment, which is a bit of a bitch, because it can play havoc with emails, messages, details coming through, that type of thing. So, but we're not using astrology today, because I don't do a lot with astrology with the tarot. I'm a simple tarot reader, even though I am studying a little bit of astrology at the moment, because I think it is important with the tarot. But I don't want to get into all of that, because I don't really deal in astrology. But the Eight of Wands for me often represents, you know, ideas, creative ideas, lots of ideas that are up in the air. But nothing is landing as yet, because they're wands. And what we see with that card is that they are consistently just flying through the air, all in one direction. But nothing has landed, nothing has grounded. So if this is your own energy, Capricorn, it can be suggesting that right now you might have many thoughts, many ideas, much energy. This can also be the card of there being a lot of energy. It can be the card of travel. But I feel that more than anything right now, personal situation is where there might be a lot of things, ideas, maybe things that you want to do, potentially, because it's often to do with creative processes. So it's where nothing is yet being formulated, as it were. It's just a lot of things going through your head. I feel that there's a lot going through your head at the moment. We've got a Knight of Swords referring to this in the reverse. So it suggests to me that there is a lack of, not that there's a lack of determination with this Knight of Swords in the reverse, Capricorn, but it's more that you're being cautious before you move ahead with this. There's so much going on here with you, it's unbelievable. I often see the Eight of Wands where, you know, we've just got so much going on, a lot up in the air. And with that Knight of Swords, you might be taking a little, usually when the Knight of Swords is in the upright, it means somebody is ready and they are confident enough and ambitious enough, and, you know, they're raring to go, because the Knight of Swords is a confident card. It's a card about somebody who is really kind of forward thinking. He's very fast. He thinks about things, because it's swords. So swords are to do with ideas and thoughts, right? So you're going to have to think about something as a Knight of Swords, but you don't take too long thinking about it, because remember, knights represent the actions that we take. So they represent the adventures that come into our life, or the adventures that leave our life. So when you get a Knight of Swords, it can mean that something suddenly happens. When it's in the reverse, it can mean that there is a delay, or there is a time of waiting. Or if this is you in terms of how you are driving this situation, it can mean that you get a little bit scared or nervous to do something, or there's a little bit of fear going on there. The Knight of Swords is fearless when he's in the upright. This is the type of guy he is. You see how he gallops, and it is at a major pace, which means this sometimes can be a card about messages. So sometimes, say you get a Knight of Swords, and then you say, well, okay, where am I receiving a message from? And you tipple another card, you get a Hierophant. It means receiving a message maybe from an establishment, an official body, a teacher, a guru, that type of thing. When it's in the reverse, to me this signifies delay. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're not receiving messages or you're not receiving important stuff come through because things are being delayed here with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. I feel that if it's your energy, the Eight of Wands, either now or coming in the future, I feel that there will be certain things that are up in the air in terms of ideas, because remember the wands represent the ideas, they're the fire, they're the passion. They signify growth within the tarot, okay? When you look at a wand, it's a magic wand, so it has the ability to make things happen. So there's lots of things that are happening really with this card here. Okay, you're going to have a lot of things going on here. And with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, I feel that it's almost like you do have choices. And maybe this is why we've got the Chariot showing up here, because it is a card of choice. It depends on how you want to go. You can either let something split you apart or you can move forward with it. So that in itself for me is a choice that one needs to make in how they move forward with the situation. Okay, so if their fear would let the horses drive. So if you're the Chariot and you let fear drive you, you let the horses drive you. But if you take hold of the fear and you deal with the obstacle, you then get the horses into alignment. So for me, with all of this stuff that's going on, could be in career, could be in any section of your life, because any of these quarters can relate to any other section as well. But in your personal life, there seems to be a lot going on. And the Knight of Swords to me around this says that there is a sense of trepidation to actually go with the flow just now, or to actually sort of move ahead with certain ideas. Because the Lovers comes in here and it says, I need to make a big choice. Okay? I need to make a big choice on a situation. The Lovers card is about balance and harmony. I usually find with the Rider-Waite deck, it shows two people apart, whereas we're using here the Witch's Tarot, which shows two lovers together. Do you see what I mean? So with the Lovers, I often see these people as apart on the Rider-Waite deck for some reason. And I feel that there is the reluctance to move forward with this Knight of Swords in the reverse. Because, I mean, it could be a relationship as well, okay? Because maybe you and somebody else have some big decisions to make. If it's just you, you've got some big decisions to make, because you need to make sure that you're on the right journey, you're moving forward in the correct way. So I feel there is a reluctance just to move forward with this Eight of Wands, just to move forward with it. Because the Eight of Wands is so quick, it's so fast, it's so ferocious, that unless you know exactly what you're doing in life, Capricorn, you don't kind of just jump on stuff. There's time that you're going to need to think with this, which is why we have the Knight of Swords, which is the thinking card. This is the ideas card. These are the creative or the messages or the situations that come to us with those Eight of Wands. But those things are all up in the air. We can grab it at any one time, but the Knight of Swords is not grabbing onto this. If he was on the upright, you could see that he'd be chasing it. He'd be ready to take advantage of whatever this time is with the Eight of Wands for you Capricorns, but he's not. He's in the reverse, which means actually, sometimes this can mean cowardice. So he runs in the other direction. But I don't feel it's cowardice, I just feel it's being cautious and it's being intelligent. Sometimes the Knight of Swords is not always intelligent, because he just rushes too quick. As I've said for some of you guys, it could be that things are up in the air. Messages don't come to you on time. Messages don't land because of the Knight of Swords. It means things are in the river, you know, things are being delayed, Mercury retrograde, that type of thing. But as we're looking at the other cards, I feel that, you know, lots and lots of activity going on here. I don't feel the Knight of Swords is cowardice in the reverse. I feel it's more a case of that you're being intelligent and you're kind of figuring out exactly what it is that you want to do. Exactly what it is, what direction you need to take. And this is why we have the Lovers, a big choice to be made, which is why you don't go leaping into situations with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Because in the outcome, in the future, it leads to taking hold of one of these. Can you see? It's got the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is the inclination to move forward with an idea. Okay? You get the guy that holds on to the one wand, which is actually the Ace of Wands in the tarot. And he's got the world. So he has the inclination to take an idea out into the world. So I feel that the energy is your own ideas. Lots and lots of ideas up in the air here. You're not inclined with that Knight of Swords to move forward when it's in the reverse. or just to rush ahead with everything, because you need to time to think with the Lovers. You need time to make a very important decision, how you want to progress, how you want to proceed with these Eight of Wands, what you want to take, what you want to discard. And I feel that you decide to take two ideas forward in the future. One as a backup plan, the other you're going to take to market. For some of you guys, it could be a new business, for example. You could be dealing with lots of business ideas potentially, and decide that you're going to focus on two things, but the one thing especially, with one as a backup plan. I see you moving forward with a particular thing, but it will take some thinking over the next few months, and I don't feel that you're going to be... this is the brilliant thing with earth signs. They're always very practical and methodical and intelligent in that way. They're not so quick off the mark to make decisions, and that's a beautiful thing here. This is an excellent reading for your personal life because it shows real presence of mind to me. And therefore the outcome, the overall outcome will be the Chariot. I feel now the Chariot takes on the force of saying that you're going to be moving forward. You're going to be bringing things into alignment with this card because you've been really intelligent with your personal life. You haven't just gone all out and made a stupid decision on something just immediately. You've literally thought about it, probably got a big major arcana card set right in the centre there. Okay, between this and this. This card here, the Knight, because we're not doing past, present, future, we're actually doing it all in one. We're talking the story here with this life spread here about your personal situation, because that's how it feels to me. All right, but it can be past, present, future. All right, past, you've not moved forward with a particular thing. Could be through fear, but also just through being very, very cautious and intelligent about your choices. Present, you've got a big choice to make. Future, you decide to move forward with a couple of ideas taken from this here. You intend to bring something to market with this Two of Wands. And therefore the Chariot could see a lot of travel, for example, in the overall outcome. Travel, remember the Chariot can mean travel because it alludes to a car journey. So some of you guys might be looking to take ideas out there to different sections of your country, okay, different cities. Usually this wouldn't be worldwide travel. This would usually mean something within your area. But I do see you guys looking to take something to market. And I feel that it will be location-wise, within your country, within driving distance, put it that way. Okay, so I definitely see progress and movement forward with the Chariot. Let's focus on the other area. Let's have a look at your home life. It's interesting with your home life, Capricorn, because we've got the Four of Swords here. When you get the Four of Swords, it's about healing, okay? So, but I feel that because we've got the Hermit and the Six of Swords and then Temperance in the reverse, it could be about somebody else. Some of you guys might be taking care of someone within your home life, because Four of Swords can mean maybe somebody's ill or maybe somebody's trying to go into recovery mode. Around this, there seems to be a Hermit, okay? So the Hermit could be an older person. Maybe some of you guys have been looking after. Maybe this person is coming to the end of their life or something like that. With the Six of Swords, this person here who is carrying this, who is moving these people along here, this would probably be you. So if you've been looking after somebody who's quite old, okay, it could see that right now. Maybe you're looking to move this person to a different location from where you are. Say, for example, a rest home, that type of thing. I can't remember what this person here is called, the man that kind of guides it. Is it a Beauchamp or a Bonacamp? What's it, Bonacamp? It's basically a shaman or some form of angel or spirit guide that moves people from one location, for example, Earth, into the spirit world. Okay, so he acts as a guide. There seems to be, as a result of the Hermit, maybe somebody you've been looking after, you seem to be a guide who is moving this person along to another place. So for some of you guys, it might be that you've been looking after someone who's quite old, and now they're going into some form of rest care. And the Temperance card in the... it's interesting that we get Temperance in the future as a result of this, because Temperance in the reverse, it's not in the upright. In the upright, we can say that peace is achieved. You've actually managed to kind of put the pieces together and restore some sort of balance to your life. But we've got it in the reverse. And when you get it in the reverse, it means that you've got a lot of responsibilities. All right? There's a lot of things that you're carrying with you. And it could mean that if you're doing this with a particular person, that it's not going to be so simple as to kind of move someone from where you're living to somewhere else and forget about them. It might be with the Temperance card being in the reverse, that because this represents a lack of harmony when it's in the reverse. So it can mean that you're entering into a time of having far more responsibilities on your shoulders with this individual, because you're going to have to go and see them, you're going to have to go and be there for them, that type of thing. But we're not going to go with that saying. It's just a thing I was thinking about this reading here. We've got the Four of Swords as your general energy showing up in your home life. And the Four of Swords represents not just recovery, but it's also a chance to kind of think about a situation. So taking time out and meditating over a situation. We can see two meditative cards. So I feel that the influence coming in the Hermit and this card here, I feel that what's happening in your home life is that for some of you guys, you need some form of solution to an issue. Because the Four of Swords, often we go into this phase, it can be when we're sleeping, yes. It can be where we are recovering from illness or we're going on a trip where we are needing to, take some time out so that we can, really kind of get ourselves together, recharge our batteries, that type of thing. But also this mode comes in when you are it's kind of bugging me, this card is. These cards are. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I do feel for some of you guys it could be, because we know what the cards mean, but how does it fit in within your home life? And the overall outcome, remember the cards are ambiguous and they speak many things. So, Four of Swords for me is often a card where we are recovering from tiredness. So the overall influence coming in or around you is, for some of you guys, going to be maybe where you're overcoming something. I don't know whether any of you guys are going in for operations or anything like that. In terms of your health, I just get health here for some reason. I don't know whether you're going in for some form of operations, but it speaks to me as being an operation or some healing that's going to be occurring with the Four of Wands. I feel with the Hermit card, it might be, because remember we have to link everything up to this card, okay? So for some of you guys, it might be, I don't know whether some of you guys are feeling a sense of exhaustion and need to kind of lie down. And the one sword here that this guy has down at his, he's lying in a bed and he has a sword at the side of the bed, which suggests that he's put down his arms. So he's not, you've got to look at the cards in everyday language. It's not that the guy fights a battle, it's just with others. It could be that he fights a battle every day with the things that he has to do. Okay, so going to work, paying for car, paying for bills, paying for food, childcare, just the everyday things that we have to do as human beings. So he puts down the sword, and putting down the sword for us means not having so much to do, but taking the time out now not to do so much within our lives. So this is, to me, suggests the key card is saying for the next few months within your home life, Capricorn, that it might be time for you to kind of, if you've been really, really busy, it might be time to wind down. And around this is the Hermit. And the Hermit suggests that you're finding clarity in winding down, if that makes any sense to you. So sometimes when we're so busy, we don't have a chance to kind of find things out or discover things about who we are or what's going on with us. And for some of you guys, it could be that the overall key card is saying there will be a time for healing here, especially if you've been ill overall. The Hermit card suggests finding the clarity that one needs in this healing. All right, so it could be around this that you've discovered something and you're going to need to find out what that is. Or if it's to do with illness, it's a time to kind of take time out, or you're seeking answers. Maybe some of you guys aren't feeling so well and you're seeking answers around this. Maybe this is a travel, the Six of Swords, as a result of the Hermit card, you're travelling to see someone. Or if this is you guys healing, it could be after some form of an operation. And maybe after the operation, you have time with the Hermit card. You're taking time out just to kind of recuperate. Remember, the Hermit card means solitude. So when you're doing this reading in terms of home and family, sometimes a hermit card means to take time out from home and family, but it could be simply just taking time out from home and family activities while you do recuperate. The Six of Swords can be, you know, a taxi or a car drive, or going, you know, just to a faraway place, another location. And this is often the card that indicates recovery as well. All right, because this person is actually being guided. I feel that these two people are you, Capricorn, on the card, and this person is guiding them. But in the overall outcome, we've got Temperance in the reverse. So to me, it's almost like it's saying there's going to be recovery here. Your overall influence for the next 4 months in the home life is focusing on you recovering from something. But with the Temperance card in the reverse, it's telling me that there is hard work in the next 4 months involved in this recovery here. Does that make sense to you? So it's almost like, for some of you guys, if it's illness, if it's that you have been in hospital, and the overall key card is saying that there is recovery time within your home life to be had, it can be saying really that around this recovery, you're going to be spending a lot of time on your own. So if you live with your family, it might be that you spend a lot of time at home recovering, okay? Which leads on to the Six of Swords, where you're being looked after or you're being supported by family members. And this, in the overall outcome, says Temperance. Now, Temperance can also mean, well, you know, if you're the type of person, Capricorn, that is used to being really, really independent, and that you like doing things for yourself, and you don't want to be a burden, or you don't want people looking after you, or you don't want, you know, people taking on what you usually do. The Temperance card says, you know, you might feel a sense of overwhelmment that you, because it's in the reverse, that maybe, you know, you can't do as much for yourself because you're in this period of recovery here with the Four of Swords. Okay, so I feel that this is how it could work. And it can also mean, you know, that your recovery takes a bit of time. All right, and that you need to be patient with yourself and also with others. Okay, so I'm seeing kind of a picture here coming up. And it's a good reading because it's really, you know, especially if you've gone through any time of illness, then I feel that, or you've not been well, then I feel that you get great support, especially with the Six of Swords. There will be time, though, for you to be on your own, and you'll be spending some time on your own. But I do feel this Temperance card in the future shows probably a little bit of frustration. Because, remember, this is upside down, so it's trying to put the pieces back together, but it's not really coming together as yet, as quickly as you would like. When it's the Temperance is in the upright, it means kind of, you've got these opposing forces. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, and things, you know how to balance and work things through. Okay, but in the reverse, often it means to feel kind of that you have a lot on your plate and you're trying to make things work. So you're getting there still, but still, you know, there's a little bit more to go on that. So the good thing is, though, is that your overall outcome is the Sun. And wherever you get that Sun card, it says overall, and remember, your anchor is the most important part of this reading, because your anchor will show exactly where everything is heading, and it's heading towards the Sun, which is beautiful, because it says that everything works out splendidly. Everything really does within your home life work out splendidly. Now, as you know, Capricorn, you can refer this reading to any section of your life, you know, in terms of your home life. It doesn't have to be illness. It can be anything that you identify with within your home life, okay? But I'm just giving an example of what I feel it could be for some of you guys. Okay, just judging by just looking at the Hermit and that Six of Swords and the fact that we've got rest here. Okay. Because I don't know whether it's a holiday or something here, but Temperance is the future. You know, if you were taking time out of your home life, if this was a trip, so it says that you're going to be having some relaxation here, some solitude here as a result of that. Trip being taken as a result of that, and then Temperance in the reverse as a result of that. So it could be also with the Temperance card that what happens is that maybe some of you guys are having a slight up and down time within family situations, and there is time to go inward with this Four of Swords to really think about the problems. As a result of that, you have the Hermit. You found the answer. The Six of Swords. There is time now to focus on moving forward with the answers. And in the overall outcome, the Temperance card in the reverse could mean that maybe the decisions that you make aren't the ones that you really want to, because they're not going to create a peaceful resolution. Maybe they create a peaceful resolution for you, but not for others. But again, in the outcome, we have the Sun card, which says everything ends up splendidly and beautifully. The Sun card is one of the most positive cards within the tarot, the major arcana. And when you get this card, it means that things kind of resolve themselves in a really, really stunningly beautiful way, a really positive way. The future is looking very optimistic with this, okay? Very, very optimistic with the Sun card, so that's really good. Let's have a look at your love life. We have the Empress showing us your overall energy. And I feel with the Empress card that, you know, when you get an Empress in terms of love, it means that love is fertile. There is fertile land. There is a real potential for love to grow for you guys. But I feel that for a lot of you guys, it's more about self-love, if that makes any sense. And this is probably not what you want to hear. But I feel that especially if you've been through a difficult time and you've really kind of experienced a very difficult breakdown, especially if you've become recently single or something like that, Capricorn, I feel that the Empress card is saying the general energy you're going to feel is more a feeling of self-love than anything else, just judging by the other cards. Because we see when you get an Empress, the Empress is not just about, if somebody comes to me for a reading and they say, you know, how will my relationship end up, and you get an Empress, it's beautiful. Because what the Empress says is, you know, well, there's going to be a time of growth, real growth in your relationship, where you're going to be experiencing some amazingly abundant energy, because it's representative of growth. We see that she has worked on her garden. She's tended to her crops. They've really grown. So it's a kind of hard work. With effort and hard work, you can make anything happen. So usually if a client comes to me, how will my relationship turn out, and you get the Empress, we know that all their effort is going to yield. It's going to yield some stunning results with the Empress. Okay? If the Empress is in the reverse, then probably the relationship will fail because the crops fail. Okay, everything's been done in the wrong way, okay, which means that you can't have a bountiful harvest. But in the upright, it's an excellent card to get because it represents real potential for expansion within a relationship. It is a number 3, and number 3s we know look like triangles. If they were to be drawn, you have 3 points of triangle. So the Empress is a wonderful card, but more than anything, this card is about self-love and self-confidence. When you get an Empress, especially if it represents a woman as well, it represents somebody who takes care of herself, somebody who works on the inner as well as the outer. She is ruled by the planet Mercury, planet Venus. So Venus is the planet of love, okay? So she represents everything beautiful, attractive, especially on an external level. So when you get the Empress, this is about somebody who's beautiful, who's pleasing to the eye, who is highly, highly attractive. She's a very creative lady as well. You get this in a career reading for someone as an outcome, and you know that they're going places with an Empress. The Empress is also somebody who works with many creative endeavours, somebody who works with a lot of projects, and she's bringing a lot of wealth into her life through her efforts and her hard work to do with projects. So I thought that this is all about personal growth. In your love life, Capricorn, in the next 4 months. And I feel that if you have lost someone, you're going to be coming out of the energy fairly soon, because we've got the 5 of Cups in the reverse. When you get the 5 of Cups in the reverse, it means to come out of a time of difficulty in terms of mourning. So it means that you're starting to recover from the mourning and the sadness stage. And it's funny because I often feel with the 5 of Cups that, you know, a lot of people say that the 2 cups in the background, when this card is upright, if you can see that, it often says that, you know, people often say, well, you know, this person is focusing on the cup being half full rather than half empty rather than half full. So they're focused on the wine that is spilling out of these 3 cups, the joy that is gone, the fact that there is nothing left. The cups are not standing up and they're not full. But these aren't full either. You don't see any wine in these 2 cups behind. A lot of readers and a lot of books say, you know, they're focusing on what is gone, but they're not focusing on what is to come. But I often feel that this person might still be waiting for this. This is why the 2 cups are upright. I feel that this person is focusing on something being gone, but they might be hopeful that the relationship might come back with the 2 cups, because when it's in the reverse, everything is gone. All right, this is why for me it represents the recovery of illness through a loss, especially in terms of love. And I feel that because you're recovering, this is why we get the Empress as your energy. This is you starting to redevelop yourself, starting to really focus on your own ideas and creative aspirations and making the best of yourself going forward. So I see somebody who really takes control of themselves going forward, Capricorn. And this is because you're recovering from loss. I feel with the Page of Swords now, as a result of this recovery, remember when you get a Page of Swords, pages are young, so they represent, according to what suit it is, it represents that this thing is young. In terms of swords, it's the ideas. So this is the new ideas that we want to move forward with a Page of Swords. So you get a Page of Swords and it's all about moving forward with aspirational ideas, feeling the excitement and growth in terms of an idea. And when this page holds his sword up, this is somebody who now wants to strike on an idea, okay? Because remember, the swords represent our ideas and our thoughts. So this person's got some new thoughts, okay, new aspirations, and he's ready to take the bull by the horns and strike on it because he's young enough and he's energetic enough to do that, okay? So I feel as a result of this recovery with the Five of Cups in terms of love, you're ready to go out there and strike again, all right? And as a result of that, we see that you're able to leave the past behind with the Eight of Cups, because it shows after the Page of Swords that you're walking freely now. You're able to put a situation behind you, which is beautiful, all right? And this is, remember, in relation to the Empress. Your energy is the Empress for love. And this can also say, yes, there will be new relationships that come in, okay? Because the Empress is about attracting in love too. So there could be relationships that you're looking to attract over the next few months, okay? So perhaps for some of you guys, you know, you have a new hairstyle or you buy some new clothes and it's a completely new you. You know, you're going to wash that woman or that man right out of your hair and you're going to move on to the next now. It's time to move on. I do get a great sense that it's time to move on from something and to let it go. I see you letting things go in terms of your love life, and your overall outcome is Temperance. So Temperance means that you achieve peace. Finally, you achieve that harmony that you've been looking for, because some of you guys might have been going for a really bad time in terms of love, especially if you've lost a relationship. I feel that you've really gone through a time where you needed to, where it might have been difficult to let go of someone. And I do feel over the next 4 months you're going to be letting go, and therefore the Temperance card means I'm now achieving balance and harmony, okay, in the overall outcome. So you just achieve that part now where you feel kind of together as an individual. Okay, because remember with the Temperance card, it's like the Two of Cups, because this person has two cups, except it's one person, which is an angel, managing the two cups. Okay, so I feel that you are almost feeling spiritually and angelically led towards finding new love. But I don't feel it's in an angsty way or an anxious way. I just feel that you're going with the flow now. I really get a sense of just going with the flow with your lives, moving forward. The next section we're going to have a look at is your career. What time are we on? 42. Okay. Your career is interesting because we've got the Magician in the reverse, and I hate the card when it's in the reverse. When it's upright, this Magician means that we have the intention and the capabilities to make anything and manifest anything within our lives. We are the Magician. We have everything at our disposal, whether we believe it or not. Whether you have a lot of money, whether you don't have a lot of money, whether you've got certain things or not got certain things, you've got something that you can make work. With the Magician card in the upright, it's beautiful. As above, so below. So as you think, so you create, basically. So the wand points to heaven. The wand, remember, represents a magic tool. So your mind is the magic tool. You create with your mind. And how that's delivered is in our reality on earth. So as above for me, so below. Okay, that's how I interpret that saying. What you think about, you bring about. So it's the card of manifestation and bringing into your realm your desires to create a new reality through the help of angelic and universal forces. Often when we're creating things with the universe, when we're doing law of attraction or we're creating what we want, it's usually God. For me, it's usually God, the universe, whether you believe it or not, fair enough. But it's usually some form of higher being that I feel helps along the way. We don't just create all by ourselves. We have to connect to something out there that enables to sift through the data and bring things into us. When it's in the reverse, this can mean trickery. It can mean deceitful individuals. It can mean absolute liars, because the Magician is based on ideas and communication. So this can be a fast talker as well, when he's in the upright. But he's fairly harmless in the upright. This is just someone who likes to draw everything into his little web of enjoyment and excitement. When you get the Magician upright for a person, this can mean somebody who is very alluring, someone who's very charismatic, somebody who's got really good vocabulary skills, somebody who is able to exude amazing ideas and orate them to others. He's a fantastic card. He or she is a fantastic person, okay, because they seem to have the whole package, and he's able to connect with people on a very, very powerful level and draw them in, because he is representative of magic. Remember, the Magician, the first 5 words are M-A-G-I-C, magic. So he's a magic person, okay? Somebody with some very, very big skills. When he's in the reverse, this is somebody who can be deceptive and deceitful. So for some of you guys, your general energy might be that you're dealing with a very, very highly, highly dangerous and deceptive individual. That in reverse is not great. Really isn't. If you're dealing with a deceptive person, I do see, especially in your career, obviously this is a career reading, I do see some anxiety around this with the moon. Okay? I feel that if you're dealing with a deceptive person within the work area or environment, with the moon card, it can mean that this person holds some major, major secrets from you, or they're not telling you everything. Could be something to do with money. Knight of Pentacles shows up here, and this may have you worried. The 9 of Swords. So it could be something to do with how you've been paid one month, for example. Say, for example, you get paid less. Okay. Or there's something wrong with your wages, or there's something wrong with the way that you're being paid, especially if you're a contract worker. You could be working for somebody who's fairly deceptive, who keeps secrets from you on the way they pay. And remember the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles means slow movement or even delays in payment. So it could be that the Magician in the reverse, especially if it's a dodgy company or something that you're working for, it could be that they hold secrets. Maybe this is the way that they pay, or maybe that they are not paying you fast enough, because remember the Knight of Pentacles can mean slow, and he holds money, he's based on money, so slow payment. And maybe this is what gets you worried, and maybe the only outcome you can have is to seek some professional advice about it. The High Priest is in your overall outcome, okay? The overall outcome, when you get a High Priest, for me, this is practically always an external individual. Okay, Capricorn. So the High Priest is governmental bodies. It's, education. It's establishments. It's corporations. It's teachers. It's mentors. It's people that give good advice. So the only thing that you can do is get some professional advice from the High Priest pertaining to something. So if you're worried about money or being paid something here, because I do see some slowness with money here with the Knight of Pentacles, and there's worry after this in the future, okay? Or maybe not being paid enough, because he holds one pentacle and he comes forward real slow on that. So there could be the worry over how you're getting paid. Perhaps because this Magician in the reverse is not being honest and they're lying about something, or they're not being thorough enough about something. Maybe they're holding secrets, or they're not telling you something here. The other alternative can be with the Magician in the reverse. We spoke about when the Magician is upright, and it is the ability and having the capabilities to move forward with new projects. Remember, the Magician rules the aces, so it's always about starting over again, or something new and coming in a massive, massive way, and being able to manifest that. Now, when it's in the reverse, it is the inability to do that. Sometimes it's the fear, or it's the cowardice to move forward, or it's the lack of willpower, or the lack of ambition or motivation, or feeling that you don't have the speaking skills or the skills to do something, or it's just feeling fear at moving forward with new things, or feeling that you don't have everything that you need, because now we've got the hand that reaches upwards is all about what we have earthly. So this person now in the reverse is pointing upwards to the earth, if that makes sense. So it's almost like what we have on earth now. The thing with the Magician is, and the beauty of this card, Capricorn, is that as human beings, how you start creating what you want is from an idea and believing in that idea. If you don't believe in it, how are you going to create it? So you've got to have belief first. You can't say, I'll believe it when I see it. You've got to say, I'll see it when I believe it. That's the wording. But this person is saying, when he's upright, it's, I'll see it when it, I'll see it when I'll believe it when, no, I'll see it when I believe it. That's not right. That's not what I'm trying to say here. When he's in the upright, the magician, he's saying, I'll see it when I believe it. So basically, because he's pointing upward, he sees the thing first. And because he's pointing this down, because he's going from up to down, what he sees in the up is what he believes in the down. So therefore, he manages to manifest from the universe into his daily life on earth. When it's in the reverse for me, this is where somebody's pointing to what they have here. And then they're pointing down here. So they've got it the other way around. So because they don't feel that they have enough, they feel they can't manifest it here. Does that make sense? So they're looking at here to here. They're looking to manifest on the earthly plane first in order to see it here. But that's the wrong way to do it. So in a way, it's more like, if it's not being seen on an earthly plane now, then it can't be happening. It just can't be happening. Because you've got to, even if things aren't here right now, you've got to believe that they will be here. And you've got to just trust that it's going to happen. But just because you don't see it right now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. For some of you guys, it might be causing some frustration. Because maybe things are moving really, really slow. Especially if you're trying to set a business up. Maybe with the Knight of Pentacles, things are moving really, really slow. Remember, the Knights represent the actions that people take. The actions that we experience, or the actions that we actually go out and do ourselves. So in terms of something we do ourselves, or in terms of something that we experience, the Knight of Pentacles would be slow. Because he does work very, very slowly. All right, so it suggests that things are around this magician, because it's in the reverse. Things are taking time to come to fruition, especially money. All right, the magician in the reverse says it's a difficult time, or there's something difficult getting off the ground. Again, it can be referring to Mercury retrograde. Okay, it just looks like there are things that are difficult to actually start manifesting with this card. It's causing some frustration. Could potentially be some shortage with money as well, which causes worry. Again, the High Priestess is the High Priest is your overall outcome. And to me, the High Priest pretty much says, with the High Priest, this isn't always practically really, unless you're Taurus. To me, this isn't really about seeking inner guidance. It's more about seeking outward guidance from others. So it even if it's speaking to the universe, I guess we could look at the High Priest as being the universe. But more than anything, this is on an earthly plane. The High Priest you go to seek answers, and he doesn't give you all of them because he wants you to unlock those keys for yourself. But you get some advice. So whether it's watching a YouTube video or an inspirational video, you can watch all these inspirational videos like Abraham Hicks, Tony Robbins, those type of people, and they can be seen as High Priest because they're mentors and they're teachers. So it doesn't always mean that you go out there literally face to face with someone that you know or an agency that you know. You can find a High Priest virtually anywhere in your life. And it doesn't always have to be kind of, a governmental body. It can literally be one, Oprah Winfrey is a High Priest because she gives guidance. Okay? So you seek guidance. In the overall outcome, the High Priest shows up. It is seeking guidance to unlock the keys to this situation here. Finally, we're going to have a look, because we're running out of time sort of thing. We're going to have a look at your future. You're going to be very, very successful, King of Pentacles, Capricorn. That's you guys as well. Okay. Usually, Queen of Pentacles would represent a Capricorn. But because this is a general reading, this is Earth, King of Pentacles here. When you get a King of Pentacles, it means lots of money. There's going to be lots of money coming to you, I believe, in the future, okay? With this card. I know that this King of Pentacles means to have a receipt of lots of money come through, because he's the card of ultimate success financially. He's the card that suggests that you are so successful that you are the king. He is draped in gold because he's worked hard for what he has. Okay, this person, it also suggests that you're going to be able to enjoy things on the earthly plane. So nice restaurants, nice meals, nice clothing, nice cars, that type of thing. We're not all about the outer here, but we do live on the earth. We live, in a materialistic world. So why not enjoy these things as well? As long as you can put things into moderation, you can put things into perspective. There's nothing wrong with it. I do see you here. What you're going to be experiencing with the King of Pentacles is some real success, major success here with this King of Pentacles. It's one of the major money cards in the tarot, besides the Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, those types of cards. The world, great accomplishments. There's huge financial, especially financial success coming to you with this King of Pentacles energy. Okay, around this we do see the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles means becoming very, very independent. All right. So I do see lots of independence, and because we've got the Falcon on the girl's glove, it means that for some of you guys it might be that you enter into your own business. You'll be specialising in something here. It doesn't have to be your own business, it can be working for others, but it looks like you're specialising in something here that creates your wealth. It also says you're going to be enjoying a very comfortable home life and home environment here, okay? These colours look like the colour of autumn, don't they, as well? So a lot of you guys are going to be spending time in the garden in autumn, tending the weeds, making your garden look beautiful. Okay, you're entering into a really beautiful time here in the future, Capricorn, where it looks really comfortable for you. Now, around this, there's going to be a lot of hard work, Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands means you're going to have to persevere to keep this up, okay? Because it's not about having a silver spoon, Capricorn. It's about literally working hard to keep a certain standard of living with you, okay? So I do see a standard of living that you're going to have with the King of Pentacles, but there is going to be the need to maintain this with the Nine of Wands, all right? And some of you guys are probably going to work to the point of exhaustion to maintain it, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's brilliant because the Three of Wands is the overall card here, and it says yes. You see these two wands behind this guy? What they're saying is all the hard work that he's put in, with that third one, he looks for returns on his investment. So when you get a Three of Wands in an outcome, it says there's lots of things that are coming to you in the outcome, okay? All right, all the hard work that you've put in with these Two of Wands, what you've built here, you can expect returns on your investment. So this isn't something whereby there's going to be any shortage of cash in the future anytime soon. But really what this reading is saying for the future, Capricorn, is the harder that you work, the more successful you become, okay? And your overall outcome is the Lovers, all right? Now, I can look at that two ways. I can say the overall outcome of the Lovers, because it's a number 6 major arcana, it's based on harmony and balance. So I can say with this card, you're reaching a time of harmony within your own life, future-wise. For some of you guys, it can be attracting in new relationships as well, okay? So it could be that this King of Pentacles is a man that's showing up for you guys. This usually would be you, though. But because you're usually Virgo or Taurus, Queen of Pentacles is usually the Capricorn female, Capricorn individual, all right? But this could be somebody that's showing up and coming in, all right? Under this person, it could be that he sees you, and here you are again, Nine of Pentacles. He's somebody who's independent, beautiful, man or woman. He might be wary to ask you out. Nine of Wands shows a man looking over at a woman. Now, we're not doing past, present, future. We just, because this is all future, I'm looking at the cards as well, the way they're facing. Seeing a man that looks wary looking at a woman here. So this man might be a little bit wary to ask this woman out. Maybe they've had a past together, something like that. But in the outcome, he'll be looking at everything that he's put in, and he'll be wondering if it's right. He might be waiting for the right time, because sometimes the Three of Wands can be, I'm waiting for the right time or the right ship to pursue this, to move forward. So this is someone who's in thinking mode. He's looking out at the expansion. He's looking forward. So sometimes this card for me represents a time of thinking, waiting for ships to come in. So maybe he's wary of asking this lady out, which is you, man or woman. And maybe here with the Three of Wands, he's taking time to think about how he's going to do stuff. But in the outcome, it can mean with the Lovers card, well, yeah, you get together with this individual, because the Lovers means to come together. It means a very passionate relationship ensues. In terms of the work scenario that I gave to you guys, I feel the Lovers says that everything comes together for you. There is harmony and balance. I feel that the choices that you make lead to great abundance and great wealth for you, okay? I feel it's the major choices, clever choices that you guys have made that lead to this Lovers card in the outcome. And finally, let's have a look at your wishes. Wishes are for the world. I feel that you're looking to accomplish some very, very good things in terms of your life spread. When you look at the World card, it is the card of accomplishment. It is the card of reaching a stage where now you can move forward. It is learning lessons. It is the last card in the major arcana. So we know that we go on the Fool's journey to the world, and the world is the end of the world now. Okay, so the world can mean that I want to be a great success. So I feel that for some of you guys, especially in your work, well, not so much work area, there's something you need to get over that, but certainly in the future, I think that you guys are looking for great success, especially if it's pertaining to money. I can see that you're looking for great success. It can mean worldly recognition as well. Okay, the fact that we have the King of Pentacles as your overall energy as well for you guys can mean that you're looking maybe for some of you guys for worldly recognition, and also with this Eight of Wands with your personal situation, because it seems that there are ideas that you are pursuing but you're not ready to kind of go forward too quickly or go into anything too quickly because you've got big choices to be made, which end up in you finally pursuing two ideas, one in which you put into reserve, one which you wish to go forth with and approach the world with. And the Chariot here is obviously showing as your overall outcome. I feel that this World card is saying that, especially in your personal situation, you're looking for great accomplishments and you're looking for some recognition in a certain area of your life here. I feel with the World card in terms of your work life could mean that you're hoping for something that will end fairly soon, that you'll come to an end of a cycle, because perhaps with the world, sometimes the world is on our shoulders. So sometimes this can mean you've had enough and you're looking for now closure on a situation. So I feel within work, for some of you guys, you might be waiting for closure or hoping for closure on a situation. Certainly again for the Empress, for the love section, definitely closure I feel that you're looking for within, you're wishing for within your love life. You are coming out of a time of difficulty and entering a time of recovery now where you're acting on new ideas, fresh new approaches, and you're walking forward to other stuff. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading. Your overall outcome is karma, which is judgment in the Rider-Waite. So we see rebirth happening for you guys, okay? Whatever you have put in, you're getting out. This is it. There is a new dawn and a new day, and you have awakened. You have awakened to a new life. You've learnt a lot. You've experienced a lot over 2016, but I feel that the next 4 months are about kind of taking stock and making some great realizations on your life. Okay, and I feel that you come out a new person, new, fresh, and ready to kind of tackle the world with new ideas. It's absolutely marvellous. I feel that there is definitely a rebirth, a time of rebirth, like you're becoming new people. Okay, like you're not the way that you were before. And I feel that it's the lessons that you've learnt for good or bad that help you to move forward with this. Your advice card finally is the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is really saying, you know, you're entering into a very abundant, very very contented time in your life. It does represent the advice saying there will be certain endings of cycles, but everything that ends within your life within the next 4 months will end on a happy note, and you'll be able to transition easily into something new and something else. Okay, so I do see transition happening in the next 4 months for you guys. I do see this. But it's good because it's seeing things that are no longer working for you seem to phase themselves out in a very satisfactory way. So I don't see much difficulty here. Yes, the home life situation, it seems that you're going to have something to deal with that might take some effort, and you're going to need to be patient with yourself and with others, but it resolves itself in the most beautiful way with the Sun. All right? There are endings, because the Tens always represent endings and new beginnings coming in, but that's not a bad thing, because it's good that you've got a Ten of Cups, which shows that things will flow. There is a natural ending coming in certain areas, but this is a good thing, because the endings are not harsh and they're not jagged. It just kind of flows quite nicely for you. Absolutely beautiful reading, Capricorn. Sorry I came late, my darlings, but hope that reading was of some satisfaction to you. I would like to say thank you so much for using Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.